status. He's getting fatter. We can't stop it. Damn.
Better let us handle this. It smells like a trap.
Pockets fatter than that boy Sherman Clump. Shotty shaking that bum. Oh, you chillin', homie? You just a bum. Take it higher, elevate from the slums. Pockets fatter than that boy Sherman Clump. Shotty shaking that bum. Oh, you chillin', homie? You just a bum. Take it higher, elevate from the slums. 3 years, 4 peers, we had persevered no matter how severe things might appear. Looking to get that mass appeal, most looking to get that major deal. Gross, talking funds, I need to raise that shit like I'm raising the bar. Broken bottles off of broken promises, my skills I have to polish them. Nice and shiny, spick and span, and in this time span going ham like some spam. Constant flooding in your timeline with my music like some spam mail. Y'all see I'm trying to make the right decision. I have my father's temper mixed in with my mother's compassion. Some say I'm irrational cause I'll speak the truth. Say I'm full of myself like I'm really that selfish. Well, let me ask you a question, dude. Why you acting like a bitch? See you clout chasing, oh man, ain't that rich? Poor you having a struggle on your own. Poor you for never working to get your dough. It's not a riddle, you just play the fiddle. It's like, fuck all of y'all. There ain't no reason why I should listen to you at all. It's still like, fuck all of y'all. Ignore the kid, now all I'm ever hearing's the applause. Cause it's like, fuck all of y'all. Now it is my time and I ain't never gonna stop. Do it till I drop. My motive is the top. What you think this is? I'm coming to change the game and I'ma topple down you lot. Threw that dirt off my shoulder, I'm like Jigga. Hop around on these flows, I'm like Tigger. Coppin' nosy to smoke, that's that killer. Y'all be thinking I'm kidding, I'm dead serious. Got some homies that be slanging and banging, doing what they gotta do just to feed all their family. Never judge a book by its cover, especially once you uncover the pain that they discovered. Struggle just to recover. Pockets fatter than that boy Sherman Clump. Shotty shaking that bum. Oh, you chillin', homie? You just a bum. Take it higher, elevate from the slums. Pockets fatter than that boy Sherman Clump. Shotty shaking that bum. Oh, you chillin', homie, you just a bum. Take it higher, elevate from the slums. Pockets fatter than that boy Sherman Clump. Hey. Shotty shaking that bum. Hey. Oh, you chillin', homie, you just a bum. Hey. Take it higher, elevate from the slums. Hey. Pockets fatter than that boy Sherman Clump. Hey. Shotty shaking that bum. Hey. Oh, you chillin', homie, you just a bum. Hey. Take it higher, elevate from the slums. Hey.
Welcome back to the Raymus podcast for the Rio Grande Valley alternative music scene. That was Sherman Clump by Rolls, who is our guest tonight. Rolls is a Donna rapper who records as a solo project, but first gained popularity as a member of the hip-hop collective TAO, which means Together as One. He's known for his big, booming voice, speedy boom-bap raps, and soulful singing with influences spanning many different decades and sounds. And this conversation was recorded last month toward the end of the week that most of Texas experienced power outages. We talk about his solo work, his teamwork with TAO, negative stereotypes about Donna, but also what he likes about his hometown. We speak a lot about hard times we've all been experiencing, but overall he has a positive vibe when it comes to the relationships with those close to him and the solidarity that he has with the community around him, and he's thankful for a lot of things. Side note, sorry for his smoke alarm beeping every 10 seconds or so. I told Rolls not to worry about it, and I would try my best to silence it through noise reduction and tinkering with the EQ as best as I could, but it was louder than I thought it was when we recorded it. But thankfully I stopped noticing it 5 minutes in as I got invested in the conversation, and I'm sure you will too. So let's get to it. This is Rolls. We're here with Rolls. From TAO, stands for Together as One. You guys been around for some years. How long? When did that get started, TAO?
I want to say like late 2015 going into 2016. That's probably around the time when it started, because it was around the time when I had stopped going to college. So I would say, yeah, no, it was around that time. Uh, but yeah, since then we've been killing it, doing shows, laying out tracks. We got a lot of unreleased stuff that's in the works right now at the moment. Just keeping that artillery ready to go whenever ready.
That's good. That's good. And were you Rolls before TAO? Did you have a rap career before that?
No, actually, I didn't. The closest thing to a rap career I had was a band in high school. So that was
I see.
that was pre-rolls, as they say. And it happened, yeah, just then and there, like when first started writing. I first started writing with them, or specifically, I think I had gone to Gino's at one point, because I think it had been a while since I hung out with him, and then pulled up to his crib, and he was already working on a beat on a song that we never recorded, although like we tried to record it like so many times with like trial versions of programs. This is like when we're barely starting out. So, well, this is when I was barely starting out. He was already kind of, I think he was doing mixtapes through SoundCloud. He had recorded them on his phone, and he was uploading them. I think he had like already 3, 4 maybe, I think. But I was just barely starting out. So since then, that's when I first started writing. But understanding music, structure, rhythm, how, just little details like that started in high school.
Oh, that's cool. So does the whole TAO crew go way back?
Let's see. I think
how many are there, first of all?
there is 6.
6.
There's 6.
Okay.
So it's myself, Rolls, Johnny Typhoon, Alejandro G Knowledge, J Stud, and Gemrai, who is the producer for the group. And so I think I've known Gino since middle school, since 6th grade or 7th grade. I think I might have known him in 7th grade. I could be wrong, but Alejandro G. It's funny with Alejandro because I would see him at just here and there, and it would just be like, I know you, because I think we've seen each other at like a party or two, and then it's like from there, that's when we started being like, just that little instant, just hey, what's up, and then just pass each other. So I think that was the only times I think in high school I had ever talked to him, and then both when the group started forming, then we started to get to know each other. Johnny Typhoon, high school as well. I had drama with him, so it was the acting classes and whatnot. We were gonna do a play. It was actually the first play I was ever gonna do, but he didn't get a chance to do it, and I was just like, damn. But now, like, we're in a rap group, so it's just kind of like.
And all of you guys are from Donna?
Yes, we're all from Donna.
Oh wow, hey, that's pretty cool because I don't know any other rappers or bands or any musicians down here from Donna. It's always McAllen, Edinburgh area, and then skips all the way to Harlingen. But Donna's pretty interesting because we always hear so many like negative stereotypes about Donna. A lot of negative jokes about Donna. Is there any? What would you say are some good things about Donna? Besides that football championship and way back in the day, what do you like about Donna?
Oh yeah. Well, honestly, I would say it's the people that are in it that make it good. I know that there are some bad apples here and there, but that's said with every sort of community. I think that's with every state. Anywhere you go, there's going to be good and bad. I remember when I think we popped out on Adult Swim or something. I forgot what the headline was. It was about some kind of fucking corruption. But, even though it's just bad news that may be reported, Donna's not all that bad. It's not somewhere you can't take somebody to go. I mean, come on, it's like we got everything, the other city has except for I don't know, $1 billion. That's like the best thing I could say. But the people here are very are down to earth. I think people are misled. Excuse me. That it's simply gunshots and gangs. I mean, yeah, I hear a gunshot every so often, but that's because like the border is like right there. And Border Patrol, Border Patrol's right there. I mean, to me, that's when I'm hearing it. And yeah, no, I mean, it was just come on by, hit us up. You need a tour, I'm not saying you need necessarily a tour, but I mean, just you'll see it's not that bad. It's very good. There's a lot of good, wholesome people here. Like I said, good artists that are also coming from Donna as well. There's I don't know, man. There's just a lot of good that's here that people just don't see.
No, that's good to hear, man. Yeah. Let's get to your latest string of singles that you have. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your latest one is the Sherman Klump one?
Yes, Sherman Klump is the most recent single that was dropped.
And what's your connection with the movie?
Oh, I love the movie, man. I think Eddie Murphy is just like comedy genius. I think the humor in that is just so, I think it was because I guess when I was younger, I think I'm a big dude, so you know what I mean. And so when I see the Nutty Professor, it's kind of like, oh, that's Superman right there. You know what I mean? Like, it's holding it down for the big guys. And I think I was watching it one day, and I was watching the expansion part. I think it's like at the beginning when he's eating the ice cream, and he's on the prep table, and they're saying that he's getting fatter, he's getting bigger. So when I saw that, I was just kind of like, all right. And then I found this beat, and I felt the vibe with it, and that was basically the inspiration, just that little clip right there. And then I decided to use that little clip and throw it in the track as well. Man, it was fun making that track because it was just, I hadn't made something vibey like that in a while. I think because there's a lot of different pockets that I try to go into. I try to do different styles, and then that one was kind of a vibe that I just hadn't done in a while.
I like that. Yeah, you had more of a, you had some fun, you had a sense of humor, and it contrasted heavily with your most notable single, I would say, from last year, Fresh Air. That got shared, passed around on Facebook, a little bit on Instagram as well, but yeah, I saw people sharing it. I had to check it out myself, and that was a different side of you that I don't normally hear either. So it's cool that you're showing these different iterations of roles, and especially Fresh Air at the time, it was a lot more heartfelt, a lot more solemn, and what was the inspiration behind that? I get the vibes that you just need to like like take a breath of fresh air and get away from the mental anguish a bit.
Yeah, I mean, because considering everything that's happened, first we start off the year and Kobe dies, right? Mm-hmm. And then this whole COVID situation happens, and people are dying left and right. People are getting sick. It was around that time, actually, when I dropped it. It was a little afterwards that my grandfather had passed also from it. And then before that was actually DJ Mike Nice, rest in peace. He had also passed away from COVID. So, and I had dropped it on my birthday, and it felt right because it felt like the emotion nobody could, I guess, outright, express. But I felt like I needed to do it just so that I can get that feeling out of me of what's been on my mind, how I'm just dwelling on it. And that was my way of releasing it. And just if people resonate with it and they feel a way about it, because considering how 2020 was just that year, bro. Like, it was just a year that, so much negativity was just pouring in. I don't think I've lived through a year where it's just constantly like that. I don't think I can.
That's cool to hear that from you, because a song like that, because it's something else. Because when we think of roles, we think of TAO. A lot of times we're just thinking about rapping about weed and having a good time like that, and we don't really think of like what somebody's meant. Somebody could be having mental anguish, and we would have never known.
And that's the thing. It's not. I don't think it's talked about enough. I think that it's just something that is swept under the carpet because the Valley mentality. I would say it's always kind of just sweep it under the rug and just keep going. But sometimes, you sweep it under a rug enough, and just it implodes, and it becomes much worse than if you had dealt with it earlier on, as you were going through that, as opposed to like now. Now it's just as built up times 100 emotion that you're just kind of like, now you're on not a rampage, but I would say it's uncontrollable at that point, I think.
We're going to take a short break. This is Fresh Air by Rolls.
I'm torn between doing what's right for myself and doing what's right for the others I care for. Sometimes it gets hard because I can't balance everything at the same time. I truly feel as if I'm losing the ability to draw breath. I need help. Pulled away in every aspect of my life. I've never talked about the fact there's too much on my mind. I just let things float along as if I'ma be alright. Thinking of my insecurities while this blunt what I ignite gives me the simple relaxation that I think will suffice. Cause I can't get caught up regretting the sacrifice. And with how I feel, with being shunned to the side, I'm sitting alone, singing the same sad song. Is this what fate had sown? Where has all the love gone? See, to me, it's all disappeared. And it's like reaching up high for a breath of fresh air. They still don't see that I've been treated unfair with no care, so I cry in despair, in need of repair. If you're feeling down, the time to stay strong, I say, is now. Everything will get better, just keep your smile. Hold your loved ones close, keep on running that mile. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. See the light to the end, never back down. Just keep up your fight, do it till you know you done me right with your life. Don't suffocate yourself, there's a chance. See what I've been doing. Reaching up high for a breath of fresh air. They still don't see that I've been treated unfair with no care, so I cry in despair, in need of repair. Reaching up high for a breath of fresh air. They still don't see that I've been treated unfair with no care, so I cry in despair, in need of repair.
I hear you. Yeah, and in your way of branching out, not only did you like switch what you're expressing, but also, coming into your own as a singer as well. I didn't know you had vocals like that. I knew you were, you're a big guy with a big voice, but I did not know you would have like that singing. It was so soulful. That was something else. I didn't know you had that capability, and so
A lot of it is drawn from like inspiration on from soul and the Sinatra era with the Rat Pack and all them.
Oh wow.
Just a whole lot of different, because all of that I started hearing growing up, and then I guess it kind of formed into whatever it is that I am. You know what I mean? Because I don't even know what genre I am. I can't even say what genre I am, because it's just kind of like I just want to make music. And it was funny because I was chilling with Evolve yesterday, and he was showing me a bunch of like different soul music, and the music he was showing me, it resonated with me because that's really, I feel deep inside, like my mind and my heart, that's where it feels more aligned than anything else. I think Um, you know, Isaac Hayes, that deep, low voice that I didn't know what I could do with it until I started testing it out. So that's what was good about getting my own equipment, was being able to test out everything I wanted to.
It's nice. It's nice. Yeah. Before that, you had your album with your group TAO together as one, called Palms Volume 1. It was very Valley centric, a lot of brotherhood and a lot of weed culture in it, and good times, good vibes for the most part. And I love that opening track, Ghost Town, y'all had. I could really feel like the heat of the valley in that song. It sounds very
yeah, man. Everybody fucking killed it, bro. Like on that whole album, J-Stud, Johnny, Alejandro G, Jamrai on the production, Gino, everybody fucking killed it. And I think we're really trying to put on for our city and for the valley too. We are, man. It's been some years, because it's like all the shows we've done all together. Like, when really thinking about it, it's been like a hell of a journey. And I think Palms Volume 1 was just an introduction to what is actually coming, because I think we have a lot of music that's on the way that surpasses even Volume 1 in my perspective. So personally, I'm excited for that. There's a lot of music that excuse me, I got with Alejandro G, Gino, and then vice versa, them with me or them with each other. Like, we're always just trying to constantly create. And the more we create, the more we are able to have better, like I said earlier, I guess, like artillery, you know what I mean?
That's cool. And yeah, you have a really cool support group, not just collaborators, but what I feel is a support group. You introduced me, and for the listeners, in late December I did a end of the year kind of list, and I got the community involved and what their favorite albums are, and you introduced me to Outages album. So that was cool of you to help introduce that to our readership as well, and giving that a listen. And now I've seen him drop single after single after that.
Yeah, man, he's very consistent. Honestly, his work ethic is probably unmatched here in the Valley. Considering everything I've heard, I think he even mentioned it at one point about his collab album with Evolve. That whole thing is fire too, and I think they're still continuing to grow on that. That he's always been consistent with writing, with creating a song with good structure, and his history, it's funny, his knowledge of history of hip hop, he knows his shit. So it's like you can depend on that perspective, because he truly understands like bars and where let's say one part should be, and it's sort of just structure overall. He's really good in that aspect, and I think everybody is in the group. But considering like with the singles that I've been dropping and stuff like that, like he's very on it. He's very on point with it. And then he's also got a battle rap that's he's battling his 3G Stones, I think, in April for Loudmouth League with I think Spy MC is running it. And so yeah, man, that's happening for him, and I know he's gonna kill it. He's bodied all these other dudes. He took me up one time for one of those battles, and at the end of his at one of his bars, it was planned, but I threw a chancla at his opponent, and so that was pretty good. That was I don't know, I just fucking hit him with the chancla like a ninja star. It was funny as fuck, man. That was that time there at that battle. I think that was like the beginning of like, okay, this is just gonna get better and better for this guy.
Well, last year you dropped your album just in time before the pandemic. That was that's really cool, because I've yet to see a such a collaborative heavy album since then, or ever in the Valley. Actually, I don't know. You had like what 8 features on it or something. That was plenty. Who did the production on it? You had a lot of different sounds on it. A lot of
It
different
was
beats.
multiple. It was multiple productions. Ziggy Beats, Camby Beats, Ox, Jamurai. It was just a collection of different producers and artists.
Oh, I see. Because not only that, the production fit the guest musician as well. Because you had like Ruben Varias. He had, it was very more emo, very more, a little more somber and quicker of a song. So that fit his style. It fit his groove. You had Idalia as well. You had your verse, you had your beginning, your first half, and then the second half. She comes in, and in her character, the music gets a little more cartoony as well. And when you both come back in, it comes back in stronger than ever for a strong finish. And I was like, man, I love that transition. And I was like, man, who directed this to make it come together like this? That was pretty awesome. Like, so yeah, it was really cool how you made the songs fit the character of each feature you had, and the mood of the song as well.
Because I wanted to dive into their world as well as for them to dive into mine, and then just kind of mix it. Like for example, with Natalia, when I heard that beat, I felt like I needed somebody who had an up feeling to them, and I think when I heard Natalia, I felt like that was right. And she's hella talented. She knows how to promote her stuff. She's really good at what she does.
Yeah. She knows her niche really, really well.
Yes, exactly. That's the one thing too. She's really on her game with that.
I see. And where did you get your chef character from? Is it a South Park thing?
I would say a little bit of Chef, because Isaac Hayes played Chef on South Park. I remember that was a bit of an inspiration too. Mm-hmm. So somebody made that connection at one point, and I never noticed it. But then I started hearing it, and I was like, I heard back the album, and I was like, God damn it, this is it. And yeah, man, like I think it was, and I like to cook. You know what I mean? I can make some good shit. Right now I'm making salmon. Actually, I'm gonna fuck that up. So yeah, I like to cook. So I guess that was kind of, and then I used to mostly work in the restaurant industry. So it was just kind of like something that I was into for a little bit. And it's cooking is something, it's a niche, But I'll pull up to the party, we got some food, I'll cook it for you. Just go, let me know.
We're going to take another short break. When we get back, we'll talk about some hard times, as well as a nice remembrance of DJ Mike Nice, who passed away last year from COVID complications. For now, here is So Far by Rolls, featuring Ruben Farias.
What are you doing? What you pursuing? What I'm proving is that anyone can get it. Any man and woman want it, then get that shit. Get it, grip it, take it. Life is always just a spin. You don't have to be pinned. No 1, 2, 3, be who you wanna be.
No, you think that I'm crazy. We find ourselves lost in this world of blazing. Tell me, is there anyone here to save me? 'Cause I don't think that I'm changing. We try, I'll go, don't know how far along this road, so long since we started. I'll grow in time, I'll do my part. Please hold my heart even if you're far. hold my heart even if you're far.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. With Mike Nice, he was really the one that introduced us to Evolve, that led us to being with boom-bap. When we were trying to perform at a Kevin Gates show, well, not at a Kevin Gates show. It was a competition to try and perform for it, like to be an opener for Kevin Gates. So we were coming up and we are doing this song called Cruisin', but the beat that we used was an old Run DMC beat. So we used that as a way to compete with, and it was just a one song deal. So that was just it. So he saw us perform, and I guess he was really struck, or he was really taken aback by the fact that us being who we are and we're rapping the way we are. It affected him to the point where he wanted to help, and he wanted to be like, yo, look, I know this guy named Evolve and this and that. He really, that was the link to us being who we are now.
Well, that's nice to hear, man.
Mike Nice is a legend, here in these parts, and he deserves all the flowers in the world. You know what I mean? Like, just may he rest well, and know that the hip hop community misses him, and we're gonna continue to push forward for music, for him, and just as a way to better ourselves, just so that we can continue to live on for his memory.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, a lot of tough times for a lot of people right now, and people are passing away. People are still reeling from those outages as well. Some people are charged ridiculous amounts. Some people died from those outages as well, and some people are desperate for their stimmies right now. And
Yeah, man. That's. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm just trying to count myself lucky that we're still here. We're able to do this interview, and I don't take things for granted anymore.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is just it's a crazy time, and I think with this thing with the outages too. I mean, people really panicked by it. That was the crazy thing I saw. I went to the stores and nothing was there. No meats, no milk, no eggs, nothing. People panicked by it like crazy. But it's understandable just because of the fact that, if you lost power, you don't know what you're going to do. I mean, if it's cold shit, you know what I mean? You can leave it outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In a plastic bag or something, and just let it stay cold out there. Just because it's like outside was colder than the fucking fridge, you know what I mean? So that was one way I would think you can go about that. But I hope people get their power. I know there's people that were getting charged like crazy, but I mean, I hope the people who have not. I hope people have gained their power back, because it's a bitch to be in that kind of a situation and not being able to have a way out of that.
Yeah, it's things gotten so bad. It's like it's gotten to a point where I don't think you can find anybody who has not been affected anymore. And sometimes I look at the music community, and there's the music, well, at least from the alternative music side, there's a lot of overlap with the activist community. So that's always been pretty cool to see. They have stuff like the RGV Mutual Aid Fund, because we can't rely on our political leaders. We just can't. We're not gonna do anything. So we have to look toward ourselves and through our resilience and mutual aid and all that.
Yeah, because the government's only gonna do so much. You can't depend on them to live. You can't depend on them necessarily to save your ass, because at the end of the day, when it really comes down to it, it's just you and your people. It's just you and who you have close to you. That's who you should take care of. That's just your family or whoever you live with. Because the government don't give a fuck. They're going to be fine.
Yeah,
no matter what decision they make that affects everybody else, they're going to be fine no matter what.
They can just fly away somewhere.
Exactly. Go to Mexico, go to Cancun or something, right? And then fucking, what's his bitch ass name? Ted Cruz. Yeah. The Valley has always had its own back, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the Valley's always been able to, because each small community that's here with each city, you know, that's just kind of like how it is with the whole Valley, I think. You know, fucking, there's people that'll help you push your car, you know, just that one act of kindness out of the blue is just kind of, you know, there's good people out there. You know that there's hope in humanity, you know what I mean? In that sense. And I'm not saying that's the only way you get to know and understand and see if there's hope in humanity. I'm just saying that, like, little gestures here and there that you just do out of the kindness of your own heart, you know, that goes a long way, I think. And I've gotten into situations where I think a lot of people from random, you know, I've gotten into a couple of car accidents, and it's just been kind of like there's a lot of people that have came by to help, and, you know, just to make sure, you know, like, if I was all right or whatever. And it's not, and that's good because, and then my wallet flew out of my fucking truck window. I was driving, I was a fucking idiot, I had it on the dashboard. So I'm driving, and I'm going, and I'm taking this turn, and I don't know what I did. I think I got up to like 60 or 70 when I was on the frontage, and the fucking wallet flew out. And I was like, yo. No. So then I'm driving. How the fuck do I go get it? So then I took a turnaround. I came back, parked it somewhere, crossed the fucking street to where the expressway was. And I was just trying to find it in the grass for so long. I was looking for it like crazy. I was just kind of like, yo, this is some bullshit. I had some money in there. And there was cards in there that I needed. I had, you know, my ID or whatever. Just everything that was essential that, you know, you don't want to go through that hassle of going through to get again. And then the fact that I had cash in there, I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna find that. So I was looking for it like crazy, and then I was like, hopefully somebody finds it, gives it to me somehow, some way. And so I go to my job, I clock in, I'm there for like a good 2 hours, and then I get a Facebook message, and it's this guy, and he said that he found my wallet, and he said that when the wallet flew out of the truck, it landed on his windshield, and it was just there in the center. And he said he was just he didn't know what to think, because he was trying to find me and he couldn't find me when we were. But he messaged me on Facebook, into my job, and everything was still there. From the cash, cards, to my ID, everything. I was just like, wow, you know, like, fuck, I fucked up, but this guy helped me out. Like, I don't know, man. Like, there's good people out there. Yeah. But it's just, you know, you never know. You just can't think that it's all bad people. Because it's not all bad people, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. How somebody can go through that, you know. I'm gonna go on Facebook. I'm gonna message this guy. I'm gonna give him his wallet and everything. You know, I would have done the same. You know what I mean? I would have done the same.
We've all been there. So yeah, I hate to do that to somebody else. So.
That was just like, I remember I needed that money too for something, and I was just kind of like, yes. That was a time, man. That was a crazy ass day. I remember I was looking for that wallet out there for like 3 hours. I was like, I can't believe this shit.
I like that. I think it's a good positive note to end it on. You know, give people some hope out there. I know it's rough for a lot of people right now. A lot of listeners they're all going through something. So, yeah, any shout outs you want to give? Any thank yous you want to give?
Well, shout out everybody who's been along for the journey. Shout out everybody in TAO. Shout out everybody in boom-bap. Shout out you, man. Shout out Raymus Media. Shout out the Chew and New podcast, Clock is Extra, everybody who's been, you know, riding with us, who's giving the support. You know, fucking thank you to my family for, you know, supporting me as well. Shout out to everybody that, you know, that didn't think we could do it and found out that we could do it. So suck a dick. Shout out to y'all, because we can't do it without positivity. So yeah, man, just there's a lot of new music on the way. So be prepared for that. Palms Volume 2. There's not a set date yet. You could check out the Hooligan Freestyle from Gino that just dropped. G-Knowledge from a couple days ago. You can check out Sherman Clump out right now. You can check out the live performance on the carpet with No Variety Studios. You can check out AXG's, Alejandro G's. That was his name before, that's why. So that's why I get kind of confused with that sometimes. He used to be AXG, now it's Alejandro G, so I'm just kind of like adjusting with that. He has his album Sucio that's out right now. It's up on all streaming platforms. Johnny Typhoon has a collab album with G-Knowledge called Brainstorm that's still out on all streaming platforms as well. More videos. Shout out Trillavision as well. Shout out Life Through Lens. Shout out everybody who's been writing with the group. Thank you. Love you. Haters suck a dick, but we love you too. That's my shout out right there. Oh, Facebook is TAO Official. Instagram is TAO.official. You can find me at Rolls the Chef 956 on Instagram. Facebook is Rolando Vargas, where you can look up Rolls the Chef también. You can check out Gino on Instagram as well. It's Hi Gino, High Gino Peña. I think it's on Instagram, yeah. And then of course Johnny Typhoon and them. You can find them easily from one profile. You can find everybody that's on there. Shout out. Yeah, man, just it's a whole list of people, man. I can't really list them all. But everybody we've collaborated with, we appreciate y'all.
That's a pretty big, impressive list of your network and connections you have. That's pretty cool to have that.
Yeah, man, it's just time, just time to develop these relationships and develop, to develop these relationships and shit, because it's important down the line. You know what I mean? Because it's something to build, and it's built up to a point where it's fuck with everybody, bro. Fuck with everybody.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you got acquainted with Rolls and his work in the Valley scene. You'll hear from me next week with another episode. Let's end this one with Problem by Rolls and his group TAO from their album Palms Volume 1.
Motherfucker got a problem. If you do the say to my face, if you do the say to my face, motherfucker got no option. Put these suckers back in place. They don't want this smoke, this lace. Motherfucker got a problem. If you do the cut to the chase, I'ma go and cut this check. Motherfucker, I've been starving. This here been a day one thing. This here been a day one thing. Motherfucker got a problem. Take a seat, homie, I'ma solve them. No condom. I'ma go around, spit lava. Quit gobbling on my dick, always on my tip. This is war and I'ma sink your battleship. AG on to the next one. Flex, got you laid out wreck with my boot on your neck. Got your girl on my lap with a palm on my chest. She obsessed with the flow. TAO, this is
day
best.
one, I've been trying to make it out the block. Cause everything been getting shady ever since my girl told me that we've been burning hot. Need to get a 4-5 just to stay ashore. Die, smoking pot, roll like locks, cut the top, getting straight into it. No slack, I just keep pursuing. Prozac just to keep from losing. Toe tags, leading life in ruins.
Motherfucker got a problem. If you do the say to my face, if you do the say to my face, motherfucker got no option. Put these suckers back in place. They don't want this smoke, this lace. Motherfucker got a problem. If you do the cut to the chase, I'ma go and cut this check. Motherfucker, I've been starving. This here been a day one thing. This here been a day one thing. Motherfucker got a problem.
Basic, y'all ain't even competing. Look at the wins compared to us. Your rank making it not worth the kill, and now you be defeated. Your help, I'll be depleted. The program been repeated. We're interrupting your frequency. I'm intersecting a lady in the cut. I'm in this bitch. I'm gonna go nuts when they say Rolly. What have you done? The way you shitting up on these bums, it's never been seen. But I ain't admit, no matter the weight, I'm gonna rise up the brand new future. It didn't exist. Stick around for the shit, I do insist.
Do doing it for the V. They don't need to see credentials, making an atheist believe. Peep the steez, my key essential. Alpha capital, take over capitals. I'm talking national, the admiral, we ain't compatible. I'm starting legacies, tripping every leg I see. They won't get the best of me. Need to know just like a beat. Knock you out your identity. I'm fed up chasing revenue. The venue to the avenue. You witnessing the come up. Let them know a motherfucker got a problem. If you do the say to my face, if you do the say to my face, motherfucker got no option. Put these suckers back in place. They don't want this smoke, this lace. Motherfucker got a problem. If you do the cut to the chase, I'ma go and cut this check.